Hey everyone, Jim here, Boots and Whiskey Podcast. Happy Saturday. We have Raquel from Raquel and the Wildflowers here on the show today. As you've noticed, we did 2 episodes yesterday. We're gonna do 2 more today and then 2 more tomorrow. We're kind of catching up here. So, a lot of this stuff that we talked about is a little outdated. And I greatly apologize for that. It just like I said the last couple of weeks in our episodes, shit happens, unfortunately. And I didn't want these episodes to not go out. Like I said yesterday in one of the episodes, I could have just scrapped them all, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't think that was right. Um, so you're getting them all, and that's how it is. Fuck it. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Raquel from Raquel and the Wildflowers is here. This is a great conversation. These are all great conversations. We're very, very lucky to get these opportunities, and yeah, Raquel's got a lot of cool stuff coming up in her personal life. She's got some great music out there. Check her out. You won't be disappointed. And thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your Saturday, and we will see you on the flip side, guys. Cheers. This is going to be the most unprofessional conversation you've ever had in your life.
Oh yeah, no, she didn't warn me about that.
Oh yeah, no, we kind of like just this is about you.
Okay,
This is I like to have fun. We're gonna talk about everything and nothing all at the same time.
cool. All
And
right.
yeah, yeah,
Therapy this morning. Cool.
oh yeah, girl. Like I look like shit because I'm watching the recap of this ACMs from last night. And it got to
Oh
the
yeah.
point where Cody Johnson won for Dirt Cheap, and I'm sitting here and I'm crying, and the girl
Oh.
that does all my booking, she's like, you have an interview in like 2 minutes, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. That's a beautiful song. That song always gets me too.
Oh
So
my god, like
yeah,
everything Cody does is just
yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
it is.
Yeah. So first and foremost, thanks for taking time out of your Friday morning to hang out with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Excited.
I've been hearing about you and your band for what feels like forever, and it's great to finally sit down and chat.
Yeah, and I hear you're from the East Coast too, so that's pretty cool.
I am, because you're in what, New York, right?
Yeah, I'm in New York, so we're like, you're in Boston?
Yeah, just about an hour south.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, a couple hours away.
Yeah, because my girl Amanda has been talking about you for a long time.
Oh my gosh, Amanda from Harbor?
Uh-huh.
No way! That's
Yeah, yeah,
I was just talking to her earlier today. We were emailing each other. That's so
yeah,
cool. That's
yeah.
awesome. What
She's
a
the
small
best.
world. She
She's the
is.
best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
cool. She's cool peeps.
yeah.
Every time because we usually do New Hampshire and then Maine. We go to Eric's
Mhm.
church. We do
Yeah,
the band shell, and so I always love that whenever she comes out to New Hampshire to kind of say hi and like we catch up for a bit. So that's really cool. That's
yeah.
awesome.
I've wanted to go to Eric's for years now, and
It's awesome. You gotta
is
go.
it
It's a
is it
dope venue. Yeah.
like worth the drive?
Oh yeah, definitely worth the drive. Staff is awesome. The vibe is like definitely there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I've talked to Kenny a few times here and there, and he seems like a cool dude, and
Yeah, yeah, they're all
you
cool
know,
there.
and it always seems like whenever there's something, not that everything isn't worth the drive, right? But like when
Hmm.
it's something that's really worth the drive
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go to, it's like there's something else,
yeah, and
and
it's
it's
Maine too, so you got all the beaches, and it's
right.
by the lake. I think Lake Sebago around there.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll be there in June, so if it
Will you?
happens to meet up, we'll be there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like a weekend show or is it like one of those like Thursday night shows?
We're doing Friday night, but
Okay.
I think they have music going on like all the time. It just
Yeah.
depends. Yeah, you just gotta check their calendar, but they're very
Yeah.
busy. They got a
They
lot of stuff
are.
going on. It's really cool. Good
Yeah,
for
and I mean
them.
the food. Everything I've seen about the food
Oh,
looks great.
so
Like, is it good?
oh yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's really good. It's like barbecue. It's like everything. Yeah,
Oh man, that's all right. I
good
guess you've talked
music, good food. So it's a
right.
good time.
You've talked me into it because Amanda says to me all the time. She's like, "You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go," and I'm
Hmm.
like, "Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep." And you know how shit gets. It's life's busy, you know.
it is. It is true. Yeah, I get it.
So,
I get it.
how did you get? Have you always been singing and writing
Mhm.
tunes and stuff, or is this just something that kind of fell into your lap?
I am one of those artists that has been doing it since I was a kid. Not because my
Okay.
parents got me into it, just because I've always been drawn to it. I started writing songs in 5th grade because, well, not because, but we had like a creative day, and I always gravitate towards anything that's like writing or music. And at the time, I thought he was a songwriter, but I was like in 5th grade, so my memory's really bad. I actually ran into my 5th grade teacher at a show, and she said, "No, I think he was actually a poet. I don't think we had a songwriter." I was like, "Okay." So then I do remember that I did ask him in the middle of class. I was like, "How do you write a song?" And then he started to, so he deviated his lesson to say, "Well, you can start out doing like a basic pop structure, which is like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. And then as you get writing, there are no rules. You can break it. You can do all verses, all chorus. Maybe you start with the chorus, maybe you start with the bridge." And so from there, I kind of took it, and I've just been writing, especially at a young age. I was like using it as like a therapeutic outlet to
Yeah.
get my feelings and words out, to find out like what's going on. And oftentimes I do live in my imagination where it's like I'm seeing like this like story in my head, and I just get it out in a song. So writing since I was a kid, also singing. I've always been drawn to like since I was a kid, any movies that were very theatrical and musicals, like the Disney princesses. And I always love those TV shows where that shy girl breaks out in a song, and then everyone's like, "Oh, she's so cool, she can sing."
Yeah.
So I feel like in the future I have to write a movie where there is a character like that, because I feel like as a kid, that's my cat. So you're gonna see cats like jumping around.
That's fine. That's
So
fine.
I feel like
I've seen a lot of
yeah.
weird shit on this
Yeah,
podcast,
yeah,
so
yeah,
don't
yeah,
you even
yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah, they'll make an appearance probably. But yeah, I feel like in the future I'm gonna definitely have to write some kind of movie of that. So like any like younger inspiring artists get inspired by little moments like that in movies. Like it's always so cheesy, but it always like I don't know, it's cute. But yeah, I've been doing that. And then as I got older, I started to audition for musicals, and I was like, I loved it. So I was doing musicals. I've always had these songs that I wanted to record, didn't know how to go about it, because I don't come from a family that does music as a career,
Yeah.
let alone not many people do music. So I've been just figuring it out. And also, it's like a confidence thing, like most artists. You're just like, are people really going to listen to my music?
Right.
But
Right.
I was living in LA for a little bit, and I did this very, very tiny, like songwriter competition, and I placed second. And I think that was a bit of a confidence boost. And I
Sure.
was like, maybe there's something there. I got to give it a try. I got to figure it out. So I moved back to New York. Um, and I reached out to people I went to high school with, because I remember they were in a band. And I was like, "Hey, are you still doing music? Can you give me some advice?" And they gave me the advice, like, if you don't have a band right now, you want to hire studio musicians. I happen to know a couple guys. Let's get them together and like bring your music to life. Um, and well, they didn't say bring it to life, but along something along the line with that.
Yeah.
And then recorded it. I was hooked. I was like, this, I feel good. I feel like one with the world, the universe. I was like, I want to keep doing this. I want to write. And it was almost like a little checklist, like, okay, now I got to get a band together. Now I got to start performing. And, starting out, when I started getting people together slowly, we started, doing open mics. We performed in the corner of the Bronx as a trio. This was like my first little group. And the guitar player is still with me. And the guy who played percussion, he plays on and off with me because he tours with Jessica as the drummer right now, Jessica Lynn, which I'm
Oh,
sure
okay.
you've
Yeah.
heard of her. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he performs with us also on and off when he's available. So we did the I think it was like the marathon. I don't remember. We had a friend who invited us out, and that was like just I was so nervous. I was like, this is my officially my first gig, just playing in the corner of New York. Nobody pays attention. So I was like, this is New York. So like
Right.
if there's ever a gig to get your nerves out, this is the one. Like, but it was cool. Like some people
So
were like, yo, that was a great set. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. And from there it just kept growing. A couple of years, like around 2019, I like instead of going by my, name Raquel De Souza, I felt like I really wanted to make it like Raquel and. It really felt like that more of a like that band organic sound. So it was Raquel and the Wildflowers. And since then, been able to independently tour and keep releasing music and just growing from there.
Now, I got. So when you went to LA to do,
Mhm.
your thing there, did you not perform live, like alone, whatever, while you were there?
No, because I don't really, I don't play an instrument. Like now I do play it better. I've always been more of a singer. I like sing out things when I want to hear them instrumentally
Okay.
because growing up too, like my parents are, lessons are expensive. So it's not
Yeah.
something that was in the budget. And, as a
Sure.
kid, your interests change all the time. So I didn't really have formal lessons. And they were like, maybe she'll outgrow this. Nope, still here.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they're like, oh. Anyways, that's a conversation for another time. Uh, but
No, that's the
yes.
conversation for exactly what this
Oh my
show
gosh,
is.
yeah, no. So where were we? Oh yeah. So while I was out there, I was doing more like film and TV auditioning.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you here. I always tell this with my friends and like people. It's gonna be on video. It's so embarrassing. But when I was in LA, I had my very first audition. Very exciting. And I think I may have accidentally auditioned. This is so embarrassing for a porn.
What? What? Oh shit, we're going viral. All right. All right.
I
Hold on. Let me put my feet up because this is story time.
know. I was so excited, in my young 20s. I was like, oh, my very first audition. And it was this giant warehouse, ton of girls audition, but you don't know what it is. And for all I know, they could have filmed it and put one of us on it for all we know. So there's like a huge line, a bunch of girls look just like me, a bunch of girls like, all sorts of different girls. And your line was to open the door and act shocked.
This is
And we had
awesome.
to sign waivers. And I'm like, this is one of my very first auditions. I'm like, this is weird. Like I've never had to, I don't feel like we should be signing a waiver, but okay. Young and dumb.
Yeah.
And it was my turn. I opened the door and I'm like, oh. But you don't see anything but the director. And the guy's like, okay, thank you, next. And so it's like I felt dirty for some reason. I was like, that didn't feel right. Like I was like, and then as I was like driving home after that audition, I'm like, I can't help but think like something's not right there. And I was talking to another actor friend, and she was like, "Yeah, you probably just like like did not even know, but you probably accidentally like filmed a porn without knowing, because sometimes they do that. They'll trick you and like you'll
Really?
film like a regular scene, like you're just walking to the beach, you're just ordering ice cream, and they just use that scene." And she was like, "Welcome to LA," and I was like,
Jesus Christ. Now, not that I've ever seen anything like that, right? Ever,
"Yeah,
right?
I don't know, I
But
wouldn't
but from
know."
but from what I read on the internet, was there like a white couch and stuff?
There was nothing. It was just a door,
Oh.
and it's like you walk into your room, and you're like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, And I was just, and I was like, maybe this is like a new comedy show. Maybe they just want to get somebody. Like, I didn't think anything of it, but I did feel weird afterwards because it was just weird. But I was like, there's like hundreds of other girls lined up here.
That's
So if they use
so
me, they
funny.
better send me a check.
No shit, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't be able to recognize any of that anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they probably went with someone else because I
yeah.
feel like but maybe that's why I get people going, "Hey, you look really familiar." Now it's gonna like put my mind somewhere else and be like, "What are you watching?"
Actually, what's funny about that? I kind of have a personality, right?
Hmm.
And I'm all over the place. I'm not shy when it comes to putting myself out there. I probably should be a little more shy about putting myself out there. But I remember when I was in my 20s, right? And
Hmm.
I would go out and do stuff, and people would say to me all the time, you look really familiar from something." And I
Yeah.
would always tell them, "Well, I do porn." Just to get a reaction, just to see what they would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
walk away, and
Hmm.
just because I was a dude and an asshole, and I
Yeah.
mean, not
Yeah.
not a
Did they
lot's
believe
changed,
you?
but
Did you ever be like, "No, I'm just kidding," or you just like let them believe it
no,
for the
I
rest of
no,
their
I just
life?
let it fester.
That's
Absolutely. Yeah, no way.
all.
No way am I gonna burst that bubble.
You're like the holiday party. Oh, and yeah, he does porn for a living. That's awesome.
So I did want to ask you,
Mhm.
because I don't think I've ever asked anybody this, or
Mhm.
I'm not even sure if I ever talked to anybody that had done like musical theater in a way, and now like singing the way you do. Like there's a difference in the way you sing musical theater compared to, you know, a
Yes.
Loretta Lynn tune, right?
Yeah.
Now, how much like, how much does how much of a change is it? Like, and what do you have to do to prepare for it?
Mhm. Um at the end of the day, it's all about your tone as a singer.
Okay,
But when I was transitioning into singing more of my original music, my country music, I actually had to actually retrain myself to eliminate so much vibrato in my voice because in Broadway, like you have kind of like, depending what kind of show you do, you have a little bit of that classical tone in it.
sure.
And for this, I had to like really, I don't really know the terms, but like sing where it's like more like this instead of like this.
Okay, yeah, yeah. More
Uh,
direct.
yeah, and like a little bit cleaner the tone.
Sure.
But the emotion is always there. I think the great thing about musical theater is because like as an actor, you learn to pull stuff in your life to deliver that emotion in the character and in the song. So I feel like I carried a lot of that in the music that I sing now where I'm like, okay, well this is my own music and I get to like really like find the emotion in there and give it the emotion that it deserves so that, you know, it's not just me singing, it's me singing and telling a story through my voice.
Right.
Um so yeah, it's just about what it really comes down to also is like as a singer, it's like what is your tone and being able to be flexible, I guess, through genres, but still making sure it's like your own voice.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, when you start, as you got older and the
Hmm.
songs, not that, 10-year-old version of you was writing bad songs,
Yeah.
but like, as an adult version of you, and your songs become a little more personal
Hmm.
and more, life fitting, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
When you do get into those modes where you sing those songs, do you ever feel yourself, bringing yourself back to where you were when you wrote them initially and making it harder to sing those songs or
Hmm.
easier, whatever the case may be?
Well, the stories will always stay with me. They were true at one point, so it's like tapping into that part of my life. Um, yeah, I feel like the more I guess mature I get, I definitely hear a difference from when I first started singing it to now. I feel like I know the song so well that I could play around with it too, like choices as well. Like maybe
Sure.
I emphasize this word a little bit more. Maybe I get a little bit quieter in this point and just make it a little bit different. But there's always room to grow with your music and still being like truthful to where you were because it is a part of you
Yeah.
forever. Hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I say it all, like, I can barely put words together to form a sentence, right? Let alone write a song. And, but I seem to be able to find songs that express exactly how I'm feeling,
Yeah.
right? Now, so for you, can you do that? Can you like listen to a song and be like, all right, and like pull things from other people, or do you just try to strictly base everything you're writing off of your own life?
So yeah, every time I hear anytime I hear a song that really speaks to me, I get really excited because I'm like, ooh, they worded it this way. Ooh, they chose sounds like this. So I get very excited as like a writer to hear how they expressed it themselves because there are like bazillion artists who write about the same topic, but they write it in their own way. And when I hear something like that, I like think about myself. I'm like, oh, cool. Like I'm going through this exact same thing. Um, how can I put my own voice into writing a song like this as well?
Sure.
Um, and then sometimes I'll hear a song where I'm like, damn it, I wish I wrote that. That was really freaking good. I was
Right.
like, that is so clever. I love whenever lyricists like write clever words into songs too. But yeah, very relatable. Music is very relatable for sure. I get drawn to all sorts of type of music, even like silly songs. Because sometimes, music is just silly too. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, so how did you get yourself into this, like, country music umbrella genre? Like,
Mhm.
was it something you've always been into, and like as a kid grew up with country music, or is it just because it's the greatest genre in the world?
The greatest genre in the world.
Yeah. Good
It
answer.
really is. Like, so
Yeah.
I come from a working family, and the music like just speaks to me. But I grew up in a Brazilian home. My parents are from Brazil.
Oh,
And
okay.
so yeah, so I listen to a lot of Brazilian country music. Very
Wait.
similar
There's
topics.
Brazilian country music?
Yeah, it's called forró.
Huh.
Yeah. And they have their own dances too. Like, we have line dancing.
Yeah.
They have, I mean, sorry, no, forró is the dance. Sertaneja is the genre.
Okay. Okay.
But I got it confused too early.
True.
It's all good. I'm actually an early bird. But yeah, so I grew up listening to Brazilian country music, and the stories in them are very similar. Girl leaves the man, working on the land. Even like stories about leaving your home to pursue more opportunities, things like that, heartbreaks. A lot of dancing music. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so as I got older, YouTube started becoming a thing. I'm gonna be honest, I always wonder how I think as a kid on the radio, because a lot of the stuff I heard was on the radio, and I think it was like Shania Twain, Tim McGraw, Brooks and Dunn, because I think they may have played on pop radio. Where I grew up, we didn't have country radio. And I'm pretty sure like they played the Chicks played on the radio a lot, so I would listen to them a lot. And then YouTube became a thing, and I was able to even expand my knowledge. And then American Idol became a thing, so then you had Carrie Underwood, who introduced me to Randy, the "I Told You So" that
Yeah.
song. Oh my God, I like it just. And when I get like really like into like I'm always like listening to new artists all the time.
Yeah.
And then I get really hooked and I want to know everything about their tracks and everything. And so I always have like a new artist of the week. But I don't know. I just always, being from New York, I always felt like, am I going to be able to even do country music? Because it's not the traditional, you're from the South or Midwest and from a small town. I actually grew up 30 minutes outside of New York City in like its own small city suburb. But the stories were always so relatable. So I always focused on more that than being where I'm from. I mean, I had grandparents that lived in the countryside, so I would spend a lot of my time there in the summer and holidays. And that's actually where I felt the best, like the most like home where,
Right.
things are quiet, the family's getting together, we're going to the river to swim, don't go in the woods because it's hunting season. Um, but yeah, and I love all sorts of genres too. Country is definitely number one in my heart. But then I also grew up loving show tunes, rock, and pop, and so forth, and more and more and more. But yeah, country has always been number one.
Nice. Yeah, when I growing up for me, like country music, I could not. I would have rather stuck pencils in my
No,
ears.
my
Oh
you're like my
yeah.
brother, and now
Yeah,
he likes it. He digs it.
oh God, I hated country music.
Yeah, yeah.
Hated it. And now, because when I was growing up, I mean, you and I are probably in the same ballpark of age range
Mhm.
based on the things you're talking about. But
Mhm.
like, when I was a kid, like bands like Creed were like hitting it hard,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Bush and like, so like as a boy, that's what I leaned into,
Mhm.
and things like that. So I was big into that. I remember being in high school and I went through like a metal phase,
Mhm. Yep.
where like Korn and Slipknot and Marilyn Manson were like the
Yeah.
greatest things ever, and
Yeah.
and then like for me it changed so much. Like, when I was in college, it was all about jam bands and,
Mhm.
like being a hippie, even though I would have rather die than be a hippie. Um, and then once I started having kids and family and all that
Mhm.
stuff, that's when the country music like hit
Oh,
me,
okay. Yeah, yeah,
because it was like, oh, these artists are singing about things like I can relate to.
Yeah, yep. It's
You
funny you
know.
say the you went through a phase. Like I remember in high school, I wanted the like the emo look,
Yeah.
the scene girl hair
Yeah. Yeah.
and makeup, and my mom was like always yelling at me like, "You're not getting that haircut."
Right. Like
Like whatever.
yeah, because when I was in high school, Simple Plan and all that, all those kind
Hmm.
of bands, like they were huge, and like
Huge,
I
yeah,
wanted to be a punk rocker so bad,
yeah, yeah. And I still love them. They're so
Yeah. Oh
good.
yeah. Yeah. But it was another one of those things where
Hmm. We
I
have a.
couldn't.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I couldn't wear like eyeliner and shit to school and not feel
Yeah.
like something else.
Yeah, we have a song on. Well, I have a song on the record called "Up All Night Good Time," and I kind of add in the pop punk elements into that song. And the drummer Frank, he was like, "This is a farm emo song."
Farm emo.
He's all for it. He's like, and then he thanked me. He's like, "Thank you so much for letting me live my pop punk dreams because that was an awesome song to record." He was just like really excited. I was like, "Yeah, I love that one."
That's awesome. I'm thinking about it now, right? And you were talking about Brazilian country music, and like it makes sense, right? Because
Hmm.
I've been to PBR a bunch. I try to keep up on rodeo stuff, and like a lot of the greats in that industry are all Brazilian.
Hmm. Yep.
So like it goes hand in hand.
It does, yeah. And like my dad's side, they come from farms over there. So when as a kid, because we'd go visit family, it was like interesting just seeing where like your roots are from.
Yeah. So you've been to Brazil.
Yeah, as a kid we used to go more. We used to go every year. It was important, visit the grandparents, great grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. As we got older, you gotta work and stuff, try to go every other year, now every couple years.
Nice.
Yeah.
How is it down there?
It depends where you go. I don't know. Like for me, it's never been a vacation. It's more like I'm living a double life because
Living a double
yeah,
life.
because my friends would be like, "Oh my God, you're going to the beach. You're going to Rio." I'm like, "No, my family lives in a volcano that's not active." So
Holy shit.
no, but we would go and we'd spend time with family. It was always so nice. It was, I often wonder as a kid growing up, like, who would I have been if I grew up here? Would I have still done music, country music? Like, who would I have
Yeah.
been like growing up? That always has like resonated in my head, in the back of my head. I don't know why I'm saying that a bunch of times, but I am. And then, we did cruise contracts and we've met a lot of country bands that are from Brazil, which is really cool. And I do have a country artist that I admire from there. So I was like, you know what? I'm seeing like all these other artists doing their thing. I was like, I think I would have still been the same. I just would have been living in Brazil doing music.
Right.
So yeah, visiting there. Oh yes, and a story about that. One year, my mom thought it would be so great for us to know what it's like to go to school in Brazil. So during our winter break, my brother and I would go to school with our cousins. That was our break. It wasn't really a break. It was
That
just more
sounds
education.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah. They're like, go learn something. So yeah. But yeah, no, I love it. I miss it. I have, grandparents. I have two grandparents that are still there. Everyone else, getting old and people pass.
Sure.
So the next time we go, it's going to be a bit tough because
Yeah.
I won't have my grandpa and great grandma there anymore.
No, I'm sorry.
I know it's just life. Yeah, I
Yeah.
miss them.
I mean,
But I feel them guiding me
yeah.
through this world, this dimension.
Yeah, yeah. So how's your Portuguese then?
So bad.
Is it?
It's so bad. It used to be better when I was younger.
I'm, I'm sure.
I need
I'm
to
sure.
practice. I don't have anybody to practice with.
Yeah, it's funny because like I
But
I worked in the restaurant industry forever, right?
yeah.
And like around here where I am, a lot of the cooks and the back of the house staff are all Brazilian.
Mm-hmm.
We have a huge Brazilian population
Oh, cool. Yeah.
in this area, and like I, we used to bust each other's balls about it so hard. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
there's you know however you want to see things, like there's a language barrier, you know,
Yeah.
and and like tones are different, and like there's a lot of you gotta learn, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have to learn the difference between the way I may say something and the way they may say something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was always super fascinating. We had one guy. He was great. He was like almost like the interpreter for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like, and he would play practical jokes on us, where it's like, we
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
Portuguese, so he would be like, "Oh, he's talking shit about you," and like that not be the case at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty fun. It was
That's
funny.
awesome. Yeah, Brazilians are jokesters during the
Yeah,
holidays. Like, I actually love this because we would go sometimes during the winter. It was so funny where you'd buy somebody like sometimes like a very small gift, but you would wrap it in like multiple different boxes. So the person had to literally spend like 15 minutes just unwrapping a box, like another box. So yeah, Brazilians, they're funny. They're like a bunch of jokesters.
they are. They
Hmm.
are. So when you went down there to visit, would you spend like weeks at a time, or was it just a week at a time?
It was like we usually would go for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
just catch up on old times. Now, like we talk on the phone and video, since that
Right.
it's nice that we have that. But yeah, I don't speak enough Portuguese for it to be good. But I think if I was to be in Brazil for like a month, it would definitely get better. I
Yeah.
understand it better than I talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like riding a bike.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. That's fair.
A bike that would take me 1 month to get better at it again.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
at this point, I think it would take me about a month to get better at riding a bike. I don't think I've been on a bike in fucking. Oh no, I rode a bike in New York City over the summer. That was interesting.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
You don't know how out of shape you are until you're starting to pedal up and down the streets of New York. That's for sure.
42nd Street, yeah, dodging
Yeah,
all everybody.
yeah. I think we rode bikes all the way down to like the Village, and we were staying
Oh,
over
yeah, yeah.
over by like
That's
Madison Square
awesome.
Garden, and it was
Hmm.
like it felt like a lifetime.
Yeah, yeah. But
I was
that's
like,
so great. That's the one
Jesus.
thing. Yeah, I love the city for that. You could literally walk everywhere, ride your bike everywhere.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. It was definitely the less expensive way to get around. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. You did.
You
That
know,
was a good choice. I feel like that was
yeah,
great.
yeah. It was a million degrees, and it was fine. My
Yeah.
sweat sweated,
Oh
so
my
it was good.
goodness. Yeah.
It was good.
That humidity.
Yeah, and it was the first time I actually saw a show on Broadway, so that was cool.
That is cool. What did you watch?
What did we go? We saw Hamilton.
How was it?
It was awesome.
Good for you getting the tickets. Those are like impossible.
Yeah, and like yeah, it was great. Like I mean, we
Hmm.
planned it a couple of weeks ahead, so it was easier. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, and yeah, we had a great time. It was awesome.
that's cool. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that they have it on Disney Plus now.
yeah,
You can watch it there.
yeah. And I obviously I was a big I don't say this out loud very often, but I was into musicals and stuff big time for a
Hmm.
while.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
so like I kind of love that shit. Like I
Hmm.
remember being a kid. My cousin's a few years older than me, and he was into it too for a while. As much as he will never admit that out loud.
Yeah.
Um, and like that was a time when like Rent was huge.
Hmm.
So like I remember, my cousin gave me the soundtrack to Rent, and like I memorized it start to finish, and had never seen it. And never saw it until the movie came out.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was interesting.
That's so awesome. What a little
Yeah.
secret we all know about you now. Now it's
I
online.
I
Everybody
mean, I guess
knows.
I guess we're all telling secrets today.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
your
think you
secrets
froze.
wait.
You froze over there.
Did I?
Yeah.
Can you see me at all?
I just see you frozen.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna jump back in.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well,
Fabulous.
I mean, I'll figure it out. That's what the beauty of this show is. Like, I'm not even gonna edit that. It doesn't matter. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And this is so fun. I'm really happy you had me on your show.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, like Amanda's been talking about you for literally years.
So cool.
And like before I have my friend doing my booking and all that now, and it's like before that, like I have ADHD super bad, so I'd be like, yeah, that sounds great, right? And
Hmm.
then think about it for 5 minutes, and then gone. It was gone. So yeah, it's cool to catch up and get to talk to you because like I've been listening to your shit and your music. Like it's been great.
Oh, thank you. That's so
Yeah,
nice. Thank you so
yeah.
much.
So for what you're doing in touring and all that stuff, like how far out are you getting?
Like how far we go?
Yeah.
As far as the show will book us, we go
Okay.
everywhere. Yeah, we've been this year we'll be going as far as Idaho. Never
Damn.
been. I'm excited. I get really nervous because the first immediate thing I get in my head when we book a show so far and awesome like that, I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. Never been there. I'm excited to see it. And then once everything sinks in, I'm like, oh my God, I have to figure it out. Like we gotta really like route this thing. So
Right.
but yeah, we're really excited. And what's cool about the guys that I go on the road with is they're all into like exploring and adventures like me. And the drummer with Tyler, he was like, by the way, I think we passed through Mount Rushmore on the way home. And I was like, no way. So I love to do things like that. Like if we can explore, especially national parks, like if we can find, we don't usually have a lot of time. So it's like just like a couple hours here and there. So, but we try to squeeze it because I never know when I'm going to be back in town.
Right.
Um, and like it's expensive to travel. So if work and tour, is taking me out here, then yes, I'm gonna make the most that I can, even though I'm tired. But I'm gonna show up and
Right.
go do that. But yeah, I love doing that. I love visiting like towns and shop and eat locally. I just love that. I love to see like I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate going places and not eating locally.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you go somewhere and it's like, oh well, do you want to go to Applebee's? It's like, no, I don't want to fucking go to Applebee's. I could do that
Yeah.
at home. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's definitely better to eat local and do all that stuff when you're
Mm-hmm.
out and about.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Wisconsin for their cheese curds. I cannot wait. Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Oh, so good.
that's so good right
Yeah,
now.
Luis, the guitarist, he's the guy you go to, you're like, what is this place known for food? And he will tell you everything. And he already has it mapped out. He's like, we're gonna go here to try this food, there to try that food. This place is known for this and that. So it's really good. It's like kind of like everybody like contributes into like suggesting like, oh, we should do something like this. So it makes the planning like even more fun and like easy because like people kind of have suggestions. You don't have
Yeah,
to like nobody is obligated to do any of it, but it's like,
sure.
hey, this is what's in town if anybody wants to do this.
So now when you're going to Idaho, right? Are you
Hmm.
you know, I, Idaho to New York, for people that don't know it, that's far.
It's far.
It is far. Now, are
Like
you going
three
to try
days.
to? Do you try to book shows either on the way or on the way back to kind? I don't want to say not to make it worth it, but I
Hmm.
mean, you know,
Oh yeah. Yeah, we absolutely try to book stuff en route.
yeah,
And we do have some stuff getting out there. Coming back, it's kind of like coming back we won't have shows because of how I had some shows like potentially but they didn't go through and I was like because it was either we make our way back and do more stops at shows or we just drive it through and so the way
yeah,
how it mapped out coming home from that run is we're just gonna drive like it's gonna take us probably Friday like 2 or 3 days so it's like we'll sleep in one town drive a lot like the whole day sleep wake up drive sleep home.
yeah.
Hmm.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know,
the first day technically we drive Mount Rushmore for a
yeah,
few
yeah.
hours. It's fourth. It happens to land on 4th of July, so that's pretty neat.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So I was like, that's a really cool thing to do on the fourth, and then yeah,
That's
then
awesome.
drive some more.
So wow, so that's coming up quick too. Holy shit,
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah,
really
it's right.
is.
It's next month. I can't believe it.
Damn, damn.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, when it comes to music and all that, like how do you like to release your stuff? Do you like to release stuff, staggered all
Mm-hmm.
together?
Um, this is where a marketing team needs to come in.
Come on, you don't want to do it all by yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Nicole. But yeah, so well, the record I released. um singles leading up to the album just to kind
Yeah,
of get like a feel of what's to come.
sure.
And I released 3 singles. It was I'm a Wildflower was the first one that kicked off that tour that year. I can't remember what year that was. I think a year or two ago. I don't remember. But that was like the title of the single, and to be like, hey, I got an album coming out. Followed by Something About a Beach, I think was the next one. And then the third one was Wild Beauty, but I recorded a lavender version because we had a it's like there's the original version and there's the lavender version because we had Lucas playing acoustic guitar on the road with me that year, and he plays it so beautifully. Like, oh my goodness, this guy is a beautiful guitar player. And I'm always open to like, I heard what he was playing, and it wasn't what was on the track, and I was like, oh my god, that is gorgeous. I need that. So I was like, if you're up for it, would it be cool if you record that track, that part, and I can release another version with that beautiful guitar playing that you do? And he said, yeah, absolutely. And he ended up mixing it. And when I went to release it, I was trying to think, okay, well, like, I was thinking about Shania Twain because one of her records, she had like the red version, the green version, the blue version. And so I was like, okay, well, what version is this? And I remember on the road,
Uh oh, getting a call.
I know, sorry.
That's all right.
So when I was on the road, I had an exclusive merch to also help promote the record. I had this wildflower, no, not wildflower. I had this lavender scented body scrub that I made by hand. Because if I can find ways to tie it to like merch to a song, I like to make, like, I love connecting things, like connecting the dots. And the song is about a girl who makes everything by hand. She lives off the land. And I was like, how cool would it be to make a merch item by hand and sell it to promote the album? And I called it Wild Beauty Lavender Body Scrub. And like thinking about that, I was like, you know what? This is going to be the lavender version, like the body scrub. So release that under the lavender version. Then the record, and I at the same time I was selling the CDs. And then I released it officially online to the world February on my birthday, 27th. I don't know what year, maybe last year, I think. I can't keep track with time anymore. It's just like, just doesn't exist anymore for me. I'm just like, it's, it's
I get
Friday.
it.
That's all I know.
Yeah,
But yeah. So I guess
that
like for the
that's
record,
awesome.
it was like I released one at a time. It was kind of back to back. I think the next, like for me, I just like to just get content out, but it's a lot of like being independent, and it's a lot. It's figuring out like funding the music now. So the next batch of songs, I think I will release singles, and I think those singles will form an EP, I think, or I'll just keep releasing singles. I'm not really sure yet. I have a ton of songs that I'm like trying to figure out how to get that in the studio to come out. Hopefully next year is something. But right
Nice.
now we're just pushing the album on the
Yeah,
road again. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I just find it fascinating how people like to do it.
Mhm.
Where they're like, there's artists and it's like, well, I have to put out a single every 6 weeks, or
Yeah.
or whatever whatever it is.
That's awesome. I
And
wish I could do that. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
but like, I don't know, like for me, I'm the kind of guy that, like, I know it sounds weird, but like, I want all of it at once.
Mhm.
Like, one song at a time is great, but it's like,
Torture.
it's torture. It really
Give me the
is.
whole record.
Give me the whole fucking thing right
Give me the
now.
whole thing. I need it right now.
Right.
I
Like,
need
like,
something.
you know, Morgan Wallen's doing that, where it's like he's
Mhm.
putting out. It seems like he's putting out a new song every 6 weeks. It feels like,
Mhm.
and like, it's, love him or hate him, whatever. Say what you want about him, but like, these songs are really good. And
Yeah,
I know a
he's a
lot
good
of
writer.
my friends that will listen to this don't like Morgan Wallen, and that's fine.
Mhm.
It is what it is.
Mhm.
I do. He's one of my guilty pleasures.
Mhm.
Um, but it's like, the album's coming out here shortly. It's like, and I know it's like 700 songs long, but like, just give it to me.
Yeah, yeah. Just come on
You know,
now. Stop teasing
it's like
us. Yeah.
like we know it's coming. You
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
It's just so it's fascinating. I think it's really
Hmm.
interesting the way it works, and because the consumer's attention span is like nothing. It
Yeah. It's definitely a strategy. Like you just got to see where things are in the moment. Like now, like if you're able to release every 6 weeks, that's definitely the way to do it. So you keep bringing people back
Right,
because someone else is going to release something. So if you're releasing something and then in 6 weeks you're like, hey, I got another song, it's like you're still relevant.
right,
So good. Like for people who can do that, that's so great. Like I'm really happy for people who can do that.
right.
That's really cool because
It's
that's
kind of like
tough.
this show. Like I haven't missed a week or
Hmm.
anything like that in like 3 years.
That's awesome. Good
And
for you.
I know
Yeah, that's awesome. Consistency is
podcasts
key.
that like will take summers off and this,
Hmm.
that, and the other thing, and I'm like, me, the kind of person I am, I don't. If I were to take any time off, I don't think I would come back to it.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
tough. Yeah, to get back into it. That's so, you should be very proud of that. Like, consistency is definitely key. And it's not easy because you have to, like, get up and just do it.
Yeah. Yep. And you know what? If I didn't love it, I don't think I would be able to get up and just do it.
Yeah, that's important. You gotta love
Right.
it. You
I
gotta love
mean,
what you do.
right. And I'm sure you have those days.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
do you have a show tonight?
No, I have one on Sunday. It's an acoustic, early morning show for a Mother's Day brunch. So we'll be at the farm. They've been so good to us. They bring us
Yes.
back like every year.
I love
And
that.
we'll be, yeah, I know. I love when and we've built such a nice relationship with them too. They're such good everybody there is just like the best. Same thing with Eric Church. They bring us back every summer, which is awesome. Very thankful. We have quite a bit of places that do that for us.
That's good.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that, and then later this month we're going to be opening up for Tony Jackson in more upstate New York, Corning, I believe, for their Rock the Parks Glass Fest.
Nice.
Very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we hit the road like officially, like consistently, like starting in June.
So are you doing this full time? Is this what this is? Music is what?
Yes and no. Every artist can
Okay.
relate.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you go through waves. Like 1 minute, yeah, you're doing this consistently. And then other minutes, you're like, you need that day job to help you, pay the bills. I'm so fortunate where I found a job where I work as an assistant right now, and they're very like supportive and understanding, and that's huge because not many, like, I get it, like when you go to work you have to like
You have to
give
be
your
there.
attention to work. Yeah, but they are just so wonderful. They are so understanding and supportive, and they get excited too. They're like, that's awesome, you're going on the road. And so having that flexibility is huge. Like if you're young, like I don't know what your age group that watches this, but if you are able to learn an
Mostly.
instrument at whatever age, like young or maybe just right now, I think when you know how to play an instrument, it opens up more opportunity. So if anyone who's listening needs that push, like I think that that will help you because you'll be able to land other gigs, like so many more other gigs, especially if you sing too. Um, but I also understand where like you sit down and try to learn an instrument, it's not that easy. It's not easy.
Right. Like
It's not easy.
I bought a fiddle months
Hmm.
ago, and I've wanted to just sit down and play it.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I look at it and I'm like, I can't fucking do this. Like you're out of your mind.
You should do it.
I want to. I
Do
just
it.
A lot of me is also lazy too.
Yeah, I get it. You just gotta do it. Sometimes you just gotta like just do it.
Yeah, because like I bust on some of the local country acts all the time. I'm like, you're a country band, and you don't have a
Hmm.
fiddle or anything like that,
I know. They're
and I'm like,
tough. They're
I'm gonna
tough.
learn how to play. So
Yeah, yeah, learn how to play because they're very scarce. All the fiddle players are taken up, so
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
We're lucky. We're gonna have a fiddler,
It's
a
been
fiddle player, fiddle player on a few shows later this year. So
That's
that's
awesome.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That's
That's
gonna be
awesome.
cool.
I for me, when it comes to country music, if there's a fiddle or a steel guitar,
Mm-hmm.
like just that's it.
It
I don't
hits your
even care.
soul.
All right, I don't even care if the song sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
As long as it's got those two things, I'm
I
good.
know. It hits your soul
Yeah.
differently when you hear it. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So new albums out, tours going on. How do people keep up with you and what you're doing for the rest of the year?
So social media, number one for sure. I have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Still learning TikTok. I don't get it. My content is terrible, but we'll get there. So people can follow there at Raquel Wildflowers. Also have a website that has an email list, raquelwildflowers.com. That's where you'll check all the tour dates is always there. And if you have bands in town, if anybody has an account there, I post show. That's how I post the shows is through there. So you can like follow there or just keep checking the website and follow on social media and the email list. That's the best way.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Raquel, thank you so much for coming on and taking some
Thank you
time this
so
morning
much.
and hanging out. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and we'll check out the dates when you're coming to Eric's, and we'll see if it works out, and if it does, we'll be there.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. This was so
A-
fun.
Anytime, anytime. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
You too. Well, there you have it, everyone. Raquel from Raquel and the Wildflowers. Great conversation, as you heard. Go check her out and what she's doing. Big congratulations to her on everything that's going on. And, thanks for tuning in, guys, today on a Saturday. Is it Labor Day weekend? Or is that next weekend? It's Labor Day weekend. Holy shit. Anyway, enjoy everything. And we got some cool stuff happening today. And we'll be posting that on, and whatever. So, cheers, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the flip side. Don't forget to listen to the other episodes. They're coming out this weekend. They're all great stuff, all good stuff. And we'll see you on the flip side, guys. Cheers.